Namaste and welcome. For this little class, we're going to work on improving our neck mobility and releasing tension from our neck. Remember that from an applied yoga anatomy and muscle activation perspective, what we really want to do is focus on improving the muscular engagement of the muscles in the neck and the muscles that support the neck. So let's get to work. We're going to just start off with a very simple twist to really engage the core, engage the transverse abdominis, and the both internal and external obliques. So what I'd like you to do is to bring your hands to your shoulders, lift up, and then twist as much as you can to your right. And keep extending in the lower back as much as you can. Come back to center. Lift up again and twist as much as you can to the right. And come back to center. Lift up through the chest, extend in the lower back, and twist as much as you can to the right. Now, as you're doing this, make sure that you're pressing through the heels of your feet, and you'll feel the hips come into the midline. Come back to center. Lift up through the chest, lift up, 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 twist as much as you can. Keep pressing through the heels of your feet. You might notice that you're twisting a little bit more each time as the muscles are engaging properly. Lift up through the chest. You're starting to experience a deeper range of motion. That deeper range of motion does not come from stretching. It comes from the muscles improving their ability to contract properly. Come back to center. We're going to do it one more time. Lift up through the chest, lift up, even lift the pubic bone a little bit, and then twist. Oh, yes. Life never tasted so good. And come back to center, relax the hands down. Take a breath in and out. Bring the hands back, recross the arms. Lift up through the chest and then twist to your left. And come back to center. Now, as you're doing this, see if you can keep extending in the lumbar spine so you're not rounding in the lumbar spine. Lift up through the chest, twist. Keep pressing through the heels of your feet. Inhaling deeply, exhaling deeply. Come back to the center, lift up through the chest, and twist again. And come back to the center. Again, press through the heels of the feet, lift up through the chest, even lift the pubic bone slightly, and then exhale and twist. And come back to center, lift up through the chest, and then twist again. Very good. And let's do it one more time. Come back to the center. Inhale. And exhale and twist. I have to tell you that this is one of my favorite poses to practice. Come back to center and relax the hands down. Inhale deeply. And you can feel the stability that's starting to build around your core. You'll see that this particular twist is in many of the sequences that we put together just because of its ability to strengthen all of the muscles in the core. Okay, what I'd like you to do here is we're going to do a little bit of a cat-cow while sitting. So you're going to inhale, lift the chest, and really kind of accentuate the lumbar spine. You can use your hands a little bit to pull, but try and use more musculature rather than your arms. Exhale. Just, I wouldn't say round as much as you can, but just let the trunk and neck come into flexion slightly. Inhale. What I'm more interested in is that you start to come more into extension. That's what I want, but do it slowly. Exhale. Inhale. Look up as much as you can without hurting yourself. Exhale, come back into flexion. Just a slight flexion. You sit in flexion so much, that's why I'm not interested in how much flexion you can get. Inhale, lift up, come more into extension. This is not your typical stance in life. So really work that extension, but slowly. Exhale, come back into a moderate flexion. Inhale, lift up the chest, look up as much as you can, and exhale. You can feel my diaphragm, or hear my diaphragm kind of elongating and stretching. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Very good. Okay, so what I'd like you to do from here is to come and lie down onto your stomach. And from here, you're going to relax the shoulders, relax your upper body, but now just lift your head up as high as you can and just hold it there. Now, if you're new, relax the head down. If you're new to these kind of poses, maybe don't go as far as you can. Maybe go about 75%, because as we're working on improving neck stability, the last thing that we want to do is to overwork those muscles, ergo causing muscular strain, because that can also be very irritating. So slowly lift up and just hold it there. Now, I've been doing these exercises a lot, so I actually go as far as I can go. But again, maybe only go to 75% and come back down. And then come back up. Good. Now this time, going up as high as you can, relatively speaking, of course. Look to your right as far as you can, while coming into extension. So we're doing extension and rotation. Slowly come down. Come back up, full extension and full rotation. Relax the shoulders. Be careful not to lift your chest off the floor or squeeze your butt or squeeze your lower back muscles. You're just using your neck muscles. Relax down. Come back up again. Turn your head to the right. And come back down. Take a full breath in here and full breath out. Then inhale, come back up, and this time turn your head to the left. Inhale fully, exhale fully, and come back down and relax. It's really important to relax in between each of these poses. Inhale, come back up. Exhale over to the left. Very good. And then come back down. Very good. Now we're going to add on a little something here. So you're going to come up, lift up about 2 or 3 inches off the ground. Turn the torso as much as you can to your right. And you can look at me and see that I'm not turning that much. It's not that dramatic, although it feels dramatic. And then lift up. And you're going to feel the upper part of your musculature of your back, specifically targeting the spinalis. Exhale, come on back down. Come on up a little, turn to the right, and then come on up. And the spinalis muscle really improves extension in the thoracic spine. It's this very tiny muscle, but really important for neck and shoulder stability as well. Exhale, come on back down. Breathe into the belly. Relax your glutes. Keep your hands there just for a moment. Come up a little, turn to the right. Jiggle your glutes, come on up. If you start to tighten the glutes, you're compensating, so come down a little bit. So you can really start to target those upper back muscles. And then come on back down. Just take a breath in there and exhale deeply. Now we're going to do the other side. Come up a little bit, turn to your left, and then come on up. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly come on down. Now come on up. Relax the glutes. twist to the left, and then come on up. Now remember, if you haven't done these kind of postures before, you're going to start to really feel, come on back down, certain muscles working that you haven't felt in a long time. So you're waking these muscles up, you're activating them to do the job that they're meant to do. Come on up a little bit, twist to your left, and come on up. And then come on back down. So from here, let's come and roll over to your back. You can keep your knees bent or straighten your legs. I like to keep my knees bent. And all you're going to do here is turn the head about 45 degrees to your left. Now, we're going to strengthen a muscle called the sternocleidomastoid. Try and repeat that several times really fast. I'd like you to take your index finger and your ring finger and just find the clavicle notch here. And then take your fingers a little bit over to the right, because we're actually working the right side sternocleidomastoid. So you can turn the head to the left about 45 degrees and lift your head up about halfway. You're going to feel a muscle there that's the sternocleidomastoid popping out. Okay, and that's what we're working to engage, and then slowly come back down. This is a really important muscle to work on engaging that actually controls or helps to stabilize the head. You know, this 10-pound mass that's sitting on your shoulders. This muscle is often not working properly. So let's get it activated. Turn to the left, 45 degrees, come up halfway. Breathe in deeply. Now notice if you're using any other part of your body, your core should be relaxed because you're just lifting your head, and then come back down. Some people sometimes notice that this really is hard. And that if it's really hard, that should be a sign at how weak these muscles are and that we do need to improve their strength. Turn to the left, lift up halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come on down. Good, let's switch fingers. So now I want you to feel the other side. We're gonna turn to the right and then come up halfway. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you feel that popping out? If you do, you can just let the hands come back down and just rest them on the core or to the floor. Turn to the right, come on up halfway. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come on back down. If you spend a lot of time on the computer, this is such a great posture to do. Turn to the right and then come on up halfway. Now, if you don't have time to do this every day, of course, this little neck sequence, just do sternocleidomastoid. Start practicing that. It'll start to strengthen all of these neck flexors, and then come on back down. Take a breath in and exhale out. Very good. We're just going to finish up this sequence now with full flexion and rotation. So lift the chin up to the chest. Again, relax everything else. Turn to the left as much as you can while coming into full flexion, and then come on back down. Bring the chin up to the chest. Turn to the left. Nice. Full flexion. And come on back down. Come on up, bring the chin up to the chest, turn to the left, full rotation with flexion, and exhale, come back down. Now let's do the other side. Come on, bring the chin up to the chest, turn to the right now. Remember to relax your core. The only thing that should be working are your neck muscles at this moment. So really target them as much as you can. Slowly come back down. Bring the chin up to the chest, turn to the right. And come back down. And one last time, bring the chin up to the chest, turn to the right. and come back down. Very good. Slowly roll over to the side. Let's finish this practice coming into a sitting pose. Inhale deeply. Notice if sitting is different. Inhale, lift the chest and let your head come back as far as it can. Notice if it feels different now that we've done all of these movements, all of these muscle activations. Feel the top of the head rising up. And just appreciate for a moment the stability that you've cultivated in your neck. Continue to sit here as long as you like. Just allowing that stability that you've cultivated to saturate every cell in your body, every aspect of your mind, and let it go back out into the rest of your life with ease and comfort. Namaste.